The Private Sector Commission has emerged a leading agitator against the impending State Assets Recovery Agency bill, which is currently on the order paper in the National Assembly after its first reading. The Commission wants the bill to be sent to a select committee where, according to how the select committees work, it could take quite a while to return to the House. The State Assets Recovery Unit, Saru, wants the bill passed as soon as possible to start hauling in stolen state assets. Saru's chief executive, retired Major Aubrey E. Rettimeyer, is convinced that there was a staggering scale of corruption before the coalition took office.
When, Professor Thomas and other writers in this country had been saying years ago that the level of corruption in this country is excessively high. It's a criminal state. People doubted. But the facts are, and you can do the research, we would, for years, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, every single year, and I want the public to hear this clearly, we have been losing $28 to $35 billion per annum in procurement fraud alone. Then in the area of illicit capital flight, we've been losing $90 billion a year. Then in the area of the underground economy, $188 billion a year.
He spoke of corruption with the national patrimonial assets such as land, where ridiculous deals were made with people believed to have been friends and supporters of the previous administration.
There were companies in this country that were leasing lands at the rate of about $25 Guyana dollars, and they've had 99-year leases for those lands. And I'm not talking about small portions of land. These are tens of thousands of hectares. Now you have to buy a house lot across Demerara here. You pay $1 million and change for it. Why should some foreigner come and get all this land at pennies?
Then there is the issue of cash hoarded abroad by pilferers.
There is evidence that cash is stashed in various parts of the world. And when we get this bill passed, we will use whatever influence and connections we have with other nations to go after this kind of loot.
The bottom line is that small man who has done nothing untoward has nothing to fear from the Saru bill. Do nothing, fear nothing.
We need as people to understand the magnitude of the hemorrhage, the magnitude of the theft, the magnitude of the loss, so that while the opposition is creating fear in the average man's heart, the average man is not involved. The average man got little or nothing. We are talking about the people who've taken national wealth in large quantities as if it had been their own. So while the head of the Private Sector Commission is jumping up and scaring people about this will become a police state and a lot of nonsense, absolute nonsense.
But the fear of the Saru bill is more likely to be manifested among the people who have been benefiting from corruption in the past.
That same head of the Private Service Commission had been extremely close to the previous administration. Let him deny that. Let him say he wasn't close. And there are a number of people who believe that he benefited tremendously from the closeness with the administration. So when he is talking about protecting the state and protecting the public and about civil society, ask if he's not trying to take care of his own self. Many of those people in the Private Sector Commission that are agitating that they don't want this bill because it's draconian for people is because they're hiding behind it. The average man in the street you haven't got anything for anybody to take back. This gentleman hasn't got anything for anybody to take back. And the average Guyanese citizen has nothing to fear.
The Saru chief executive also posited that the Private Sector Commission is conveniently posing as leader of civil society.
Private sector again talks about the police state. And that if we were to have this bill passed, investors would be scared away. That's nonsense and rhetoric. It's absolute foolishness and rhetoric. They know that doesn't hold. When there was a police state in the 2013, 2014, when 400 young men were either killed by extrajudicial killing, They disappeared. The wives and mothers and children crying to find them. Where was the private sector? Where were they?
For HGP Nightly News, Sean Embrack.